Bonjour. Alors, aujourd'hui, c'est vendredi le 24 mai et bienvenue à notre leçon. Alors, pour commencer aujourd'hui, on complète la fiche qu'on a commencé mercredi. So, today, to start with, I want you to take out the worksheet that we began on Wednesday. You weren't asked to finish this for homework, but if you did finish for homework, you can go ahead and advance to the next slides. If not, pause the recording right here and complete this worksheet. If you weren't here on Wednesday, please ask the sub for a copy. And again, what you're doing is you're taking the verb in parentheses in each sentence and conjugating it according to whomever the subject is in the imperfect tense. So pause the recording and complete this worksheet. Pause. OK, voilà, regardez ça. Vous reconnaissez cet homme. Wow, forgot about this picture. It's from several years ago when I was hanging out with Président Macron en France. Il est le président de la République. Voilà. Bon, bref, aujourd'hui, qu'est-ce qu'on va faire? On va réviser et pratiquer la formation de l'imparfait. Ça, c'est ce que vous avez déjà fait. Et en plus, on va apprendre et pratiquer de vocabulaire de nouveau. Mais pour commencer, oh là là, je l'ai mal mis. Ooh, I'm missing a slide. Interesting. I've missed a slide. At any rate, so here we go. You can correct the second half of that worksheet and we'll correct 1 through 9 to next time we meet. So notice the verb in parentheses is still there. It doesn't need to be there. It's this that you're correcting, checking that you have correctly spelled your verbs in the imperfect. So pause the recording and go through 10 through 20. Not sure what I did with 1 through 9, but correct 10 through 20 at any rate, and then start the recording again when you've finished. Okay, I hope you did pretty well on that imperfect practice. Right now, pause the recording and go and grab a blue textbook. What a nice stretch break. Go get a blue textbook. OK, maintenant que vous avez votre livre, alors ouvrez le livre à la page 194 et 195. So we've got it opened up to 194 and 195. Et vous allez copier ces mots de vocabulaire sur la fiche d'image. So please collect one of these two-sided worksheets from the sub and copy this vocabulary, the words for these actions, onto your paper. Notice that on page 195, there is some extra language like aller au cirque, faire des farces, faire de la bascule. Well, some of those are pictured, but make sure you have all the vocab. And I want you to also take a look at the young lady sitting on the stool on page 194. What is she saying? She's saying, quand j'étais jeune, j'aimais. When I was young, I liked. And then you follow that with the infinitive form of any of these verbs. So you don't have to change any of these activity verbs for what we're doing today. J'aimais faire des châteaux de sable. J'aimais sauter à la corde, etc. Okay, voilà. So pause the recording and take some notes from pages 194 and 195. Okay, so you've written those notes down and you need to find 2 other people in the class to work with. So as you kind of suss out who you're going to work with, if those people are still working on their imperfect worksheet or still copying the vocabulary, then you need to wait patiently for them, but we're not going to waste any time. So whilst you're waiting for your 2 group members to finish what they're doing and get to this point, please go onto our Google Classroom page and open up the Quizlet for this vocabulary. Pay careful attention, not just to recognizing what the words mean, but how they sound. So please go through the list of vocab where you have the audio button and click, listen, and repeat. The audio is a robot voice, but it's a pretty good one. So for the most part, I'm happy with their pronunciation. She's a bit fast, but listening to it and it's a good guide for sure. So pause and either do the Quizlet or get with your partners. Okay, so when you're with your partners, you are going to, I'm going to try to explain, thinking how can I do this in a dynamic way. Uh-oh, what happened to my video? See? There it is. And here's my dynamic way with my very excellent video skills to explain to you how to do the activities that are needed. Okay, first thing, you're going to go to the teacher's desk and find this envelope. If you are the first person in class getting up to access the materials, then you will take this one set that is not yet cut up and you will cut it up. Everyone else will get the already cut sets from the envelopes. This is one set of cards per group. So every 3 students will have one set of cards. So you get these cards and you'll notice that they come in 2 envelopes. It's like set 1, set 2. That is because in other activities that we do, we are going to break up this vocabulary. What you need today are the pictures. So you can, as a group, start small with like 6 or 10 vocab pictures, or do the whole shebang and take all of the pictures out of both envelopes, but keep them as sets. It doesn't matter if they get mixed up into set 1 or set 2, but you're not using the words. And when you're finished today, all the cards get put together in envelopes and clipped together, because we will use them again in another class. Okay, so again, you're using the picture cards. You'll take them over to your desk station. You'll pull out the pictures only. You decide how many you're going to use and you spread them out. And then you, as a group of 3, one person is going to call the vocab word. The other 2 people are going to compete to grab that word first. And then you rotate who is the caller and who is the seeker. So do a couple rounds of that. I call that fly swatter. And then the next activity, so here it is, the word is called, you know that. The next activity, the next activity, you're going to need these little fluoride cups. So these, hopefully I'll remember to leave them out somewhere in the classroom. If I've forgotten, they are located in the bottom left drawer of the cupboard next to where Madison normally sits. Okay, so you'll need, I don't know, anywhere from about 10 of these cups each. You don't have to spin in a circle with them. Now, then you have all your vocab words set out, or maybe not. Maybe the person who is the caller is holding the cards and picks up a card and shows it to you, or you can do it in this fashion. It's really a good idea to get the participants speaking. So maybe you have these in a stack and you have to say out loud the word for the action, the activity on the card. Either way, once you have figured out who, quote unquote, won that word, that person, well, they can take the card if they want, but they win a cup. And then you might say another word or ask them to say a word, and imagine it's the same person, just to speed things up. They get another cup, but it shouldn't always be the same person. And I'm doing it as far as 3 to show you that your goal is to build a tower. So you keep collecting cups and you're trying to build a very big tower. And at the end, whoever has, when all the cards are gone, whoever has the biggest tower is the winner. Now, the unfortunate thing is sometimes these towers fall. If your tower falls, you have to relinquish all of your cups and start from zero. So just because you only have one cup and the other person has like 8 doesn't mean you won't necessarily win. So keep trying your hardest. I hope that was pretty clear. If you're confused about it, show this part of the video to the sub and or ask some other groups who have completed that part of the video. If you want to continue with a different activity, you can put the word cards out and put everything face down. You can have a game of memory with them, matching the pictures to the activity words. And at the very end, let's see if I can get us back to the, here we go. So once you're done with those things, what should you be doing over the weekend? Well, you've got it. You know it. You should be studying the vocabulary, and there is a Quizlet linked on the Google Classroom page. Oh, study the imperfect, and let's take a quiz next class. Well, I think in all fairness, we'll have to hold off on that, although I think you could do it, but we won't have a quiz. No quiz next class, but please make a point to study your vocabulary over the weekend. OK, bon, voilà, bravo. J'espère que vous passez une très, très bonne journée et bon week-end.